All right, welcome. So this one is from MATHia. It's from the Exploring Linear Functions, solving literal equations. And over here we have an equation and it's got, just one letter in it. And I chose this equation because of where x is located. Over here we have essentially the same equation, but we have more letters involved. And this question right here, it's an algebra 1 question, but it's like it went from easy mode to legendary mode all in one step. And I want to help you see how they're both connected pattern wise. Let me start with this one. When you solve an equation, the first thing that we need to do is just think about how we can reflect on the variable that we want to isolate. We want to get by itself and what things that are there, whether they're numbers or over here, letters that you need to get rid of along the way. In this problem, x is locked in a fraction with 8. So we can't break that fraction apart until the 5 goes away. Subtract both sides by 5. And then show like that reduction, show how the 5 minus 5 is 0. Over here we cancel the 5. They're taken care of. We have 1 minus 5, which is -4, and do a rewrite of the problem. So we have 8 over x equals -4. Let me clear the space here just a little bit. Just slide that there. Here we have 8 over x equals -4. I hope that's coming through clear, by the way, as well. Now, in order to get x by itself, x cannot be in the bottom of a fraction. And most of the times, I'm going to say it, but I'm not going to show this. Students want to divide by x. No, students want to divide by 8. Don't do that. The thing is, whatever's in the denominator of the fraction, that's what you have to multiply in order to make it no longer be a fraction. So I'm going to multiply both sides by x. That way over here, the x's will cancel each other out. Gone. I'm telling you though, students will divide both sides by 8. And no, we want to get the x out of the denominator. Rewrite. 8 equals -4x. Now we have the last step. This is the step that I believe most of you know how to do. This is the step where we divide both sides by -4. Cancels, and 8 divided by -4 means that all of this work goes to show that x is -2. We get a number out of it. Here, I'll step to the side so you can do a little quick screenshot of that if you want to. But we get a number out of the problem, and all we did was subtract, multiply, divide. When we have numbers and we get one answer, that's really easy and really nice to see. It's not as clear, not as fun, but it's the same steps. Step number 1, subtract. But we're not going to simplify after that subtraction step. Let's see here. -5 from both sides. That way the 5's cancel. 5 minus 5 is 0. But over here we have an h and a -5. You can't combine those. Students want to say it's this, -5h. Wrong. It's h subtracted by 5. The fraction p over x is still there. So we got to leave that fraction p over x the way that it is. That was step 1, and it matches what we did in this problem. Matching the colors. We have a fraction where x is on the bottom. I should rewrite it. P over x equals h minus 5. Now, step 2 is exactly the same as over here. We're just not going to be able to compress it down to a number. So step 2 is still going to be multiply both sides by x. It's the denominator. So if we multiply by x, they'll cancel each other out. And what you do to one side of the equation, you have to do to the other. So I'm going to multiply both sides by x. That way, no more fraction. And a little rewrite, right? I should probably just rewrite right here. So a little rewrite, we get p equals all of this, parentheses h minus 5 times x. We haven't done anything different than the previous question. It's just the previous question gave us numbers that we could work with. This we can't make into a number expression. That's okay. That was an 8th grade skill. This is a 10th grade skill. So we're going to do that last step from over here. We're going to divide by the thing that's multiplying x. This stuff in parentheses is multiplying x and it needs to go. So x can be isolated. Divide by h minus 5. Divide by h minus 5. We're actually done right here. Just clean everything up. Those will cancel. It's everything in the parentheses that's multiplying x. All of that has to go. And our answer, put it nicely, maybe like lead with x instead of end with x, p over h minus 5. Get more practice on these problems. I'm going to hit stop on this recording. I'll stay on and answer your questions.